What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? So, I'm just gonna get right into it. So today is like a story time, and I honestly, y'all, I got some crazy ass stories. Like, your girl be having some crazy ass shit happening to her. So, basically, today I wanted to have a little story time, and it's my coming out story. Um, so basically, if you guys haven't known or did not know yet, I am, you know, LGBT community. Um, yeah, so to get started, I came out when I was probably 16, maybe 15. I actually came out to my best friend, who's currently still in California. And she's a stud, actually. So I actually came out to her. And this was back in 2000, I want to say 2007 or so. And I used to play basketball, believe it or not. So I was a little baller, shot caller, you know what I'm saying? And we used to have the best fun. And I don't even know. I wish I could have her on for story time so she could tell her version of me telling her that I was gay too. But honestly, I don't even think that it was like a big deal when I talked to her or when I told her. I can't remember exactly, but we were like, we could have been like just riding in a car or something. And I was just like, hey, bitch. So I'm gay too. And I say gay too because I tell you guys she's a stud. So it was kind of like, like me, obviously for her, it was just like, okay. And okay. So that was that. That was a no-brainer. That was easy for me. It didn't shock her or anything like that. That was pretty much that. But as far as coming out to my family and stuff like that, or should I say my mom, that was a different story. And I hate to say it because like a lot of people have their version of story time when it comes to their coming out story. And honestly, it just boils down to like most of us have the same kind of reaction from our parents. Unfortunately, we don't get accepted. Like you go through hell and high water just to basically come out and tell, your family or your father or whoever, your guardian is, basically just to tell them like, I am who I am. And I know, and this goes for even transgender people who who I'm sure are struggling or have struggled way more than us regular people just coming out to say we're gay. You know what I mean? They have a whole different ball game that they're playing with, and so it makes it really, really hard for a lot of people. But so anywho, so yeah, my story is more of similar to a lot of people. I came out, like I said, back then, 2007 or 6 or so. And I actually, as far as family wise, I told my older sister first. She would be the first of like a bloodline or anything like that, like family wise, family member wise, that I came out to. So I came out to her, and I remember me coming out to her because, like I said, for my best friend, it was just like, bitch, me too, kind of. So she was like, all right, so we was that. But my older sister, like my mom in California, so she doesn't live far from like my old high school. And she basically, like, we went on a walk one day just to get out the house, that type of thing. And so we walked back up to my high school or whatever. Like I said, it wasn't far, it was still walking distance. So we walked there. We were in the little stadium part, and we were just chilling, like just talking about life, talking about all type of stuff, like boyfriends, whatever, whoever I used to date, whatever. Like, we were just talking about shit, sister stuff. So then I just kind of, like, I had debated about the shit, like, for a minute. Like, I debated like hell, like, shout out. But I knew my sister wasn't that type to be like, oh bitch, I'ma tell mom, or oh, like, what the fuck? Like, no, my older sister's not like that. But I guess you just still get a little worried that, like, whew, I don't know. It's just getting it out, because that's the first step of, like, you being you being able to be yourself. And then it's another person that that when you're around them, I could be myself. I could look at bitches if I want to, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can keep it real and you don't have to feel no type of way. So, anywho, I just basically told my sister, I was like, sis, I said, I got something to tell you. And she was just like, mind you, I'm still a teenager. So I'm like, sis, I got something to tell you. And she was just like, what? Like, oh God, like, what is it? And so I finally just went ahead and told her. I was just like, you know what? I said, so I like girls. And she was just like, okay. My older sister was just like, okay, like, kind of already figured it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. And so I was just like, and at the time, I also had a girlfriend. So that was something that I kind of had to reveal too to her. So I basically was like, okay, sis, I was like, and I have a girlfriend. And she was just like, tell me more. She was like, tell me more. I was like, man, that's my motherfucker. Sis, you hear me? So, basically, after I told her that, I told her who it was or whatever. She was understanding and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to my mom, that was a whole different ballgame. Like, I honestly wanted to say the city knew before my mom knew. But not saying she's slow. But, I mean, back then I was a teenager, so my mom was going through my stuff. Okay, well, let me get to it. That's how she found out. Going through my stuff, finding letters. Back then, write a quick little yes, no, maybe so type of thing. And on top of that, it was really on some shit like, like, I love you letters and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was for the day. I see you tomorrow. So, I think she found a couple of, nothing like super juicy, but I know she had found a couple letters or whatever like that. I did already have my first little boyfriend. So I think that's why too, it kind of did take a little longer for my mom to find out, because that's around the same time I had or right before I had my first little boyfriend. So I was going to say his name, but I'm not going to do it. But if you ever see this, if you know, what's up. You're part of this story. But, yeah, so, I have to say, before that, after I shouted him out, when we kind of stopped or kind of broke up or whatever, I told him that it was because, not because of him or anything. I was just like that. I like girls, basically. That's how we broke up. Was literally he was a football star and I was a upcoming basketball. I'm gonna be humble. I ain't gonna say star, but I'm gonna say because my best friend was the star of the team, and that's no cap. And I don't care what nobody say from the past. To be honest, my best friend was the star of the team. like ranked it up there. So, so basically it was like, I was the upcoming little basketball star or whatever with her. I was one of the leaders, I guess, like, you know, good, I guess good players on the team, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so he actually ended up being another person that I was like, yeah, the relationship is not going to work out because I like girls. And I will never, to this day, I've never forgot his reaction. His reaction was straight up like, why you didn't tell me? Oh God, that was his reaction, was why you didn't tell me. He was like, damn, you could have told me. Like he honestly, I love him to death because how he took it was on some real shit. It was really on some like, okay, like we still cool. Like he was just like, we're still cool. Like that don't mean nothing. So to this day, I still got respect for him. Other than that, and if y'all know, if you know, you know, please don't tag him in this video. If he sees it, he sees it. But you know, I'm not trying to shed no light on him or nothing like that. Or I mean, not that I think he would be embarrassed. He probably would laugh, honestly, because he probably remembers just high school days anyway. But that was that. And so he was actually one of the first people I came out to, obviously, because our relationship was ending. And so, so back to my mom finding out. So at first, my mom would see me with studs. At the time, you know, she's not calling them no studs. She don't, you know, she don't talk like that. So she was just like, you know, like, you need to quit bringing these girls. You need to quit bringing these girls up here to the house. And I'm like, you know, it'd be like, you know, it could be like a little boo or something I was talking to, hanging out. Could have even just been a stud that I was kicking it with. We were just friends. At the time, probably wasn't even nothing. But anybody that came to the house that dressed like a little tomboy, a little boy, or whatever, like, she would be like, you need to quit bringing them girls up here. Like, your little sister in here, like, she don't need to be, you know, like, she don't need to be seeing that. She don't need to be all that, right? So I was just like, you know, typical teenager. I'm just like, girl, like, you don't know nothing. Like, if she was a doctor, that was my favorite line, was like, if she was a doctor, you wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even give her the time of day, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, just by the way she looks, you know what I mean? By the way she looks, you wouldn't know if she was a doctor, a lawyer, or something. You know, like, you can't judge nobody. Mind you, yeah. So, and like I said, it did take a little while for my mom to find out. So honestly, let me backtrack. By the time my mom found out, I was like 17. So I was almost out the house. And I was a little at the point where, you know, I was like, I'm 18. I'm about to be gone. I'm about to be at the house anyway. I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want to do. I was like in that zone. So just graduating high school and shit. So yeah. So when she found out or whatever, she would just say, yeah, she would say stuff like that. Like, oh, you know, don't bring them girls around. Keep bringing them girls around the house. No, they need to stay outside. Like, she was on some, you know, like typical, like, not, my mom wasn't godly, but sir, she would bring up that basically. So, you know, like, you know, God created Adam and Eve and all that, and you shouldn't be doing all that. You know, the typical response that you normally get, but you don't care at the time. You ain't with that. You don't want to hear none of that. So yeah, so she found out, she started going through a couple of my backpacks, stuff like that. Just, I guess when I would leave and go hang out or something like that, like, she would, honey, Mom, I love you, but I know you was going through all my things. But, so yeah, that's the stuff that she would do, honestly. And so it led her to like finding out or whatever. And so at some point, I really didn't even like all the way just say, this is the way I am. This is how I'm gonna be. What's up? I didn't do my mom like that, honestly. I didn't do her like that. But it was like, if you know, you know. And so I'm not gonna speak on it. We're beefing. So I'm gonna leave it where it's at. So long story short, my mom did kick me out. She kicked me out because of it. And we were having other little issues too, like other little problems. She thought I was stealing from her. She thought all type of stuff we had going on. Basically, mother-daughter relationship just wasn't vibing. It wasn't there, sis. So so yeah, so that was basically it. She, you know, kicked me out. Life went the way I went to college, dropped out. You know what I mean? Life just my life started going pretty much after that. Like it started, I had to take care of myself, and you know, just a lot of things happened. And so that was really like, you know, that was hard. That was really hard for me. It took me a long time to get over it. It took me a long time to adjust. It took me a long time to just forgive her. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna get teary-eyed, but it ended up putting a strain on our relationship for a lot of years. And I think it was because like I just couldn't let it go. And it was like the worst pain I ever felt, because I had friends that really like their parents stepped up to the plate, honestly. And I felt like, not shaming my mom, I'm not gonna do that, and I wouldn't do that on camera even if I did feel that way necessarily, like I wouldn't do that. But to be honest, it was more so like I had friends where their parents were moms to me, as best as they could, knowing that I wasn't their kid, you know what I mean? But I had really close friends, still close to this day, that they mom or whatever, their dad, like stepped in to just, you know, like guide me a little bit. So I was never like super astray, but I always had people in my corner, to be honest. So yeah, but that was like super rough to deal with. So fast forward to, that was like basically the gist of my mom knowing what was going on, but I would never like just boom, like, you know what, just flat out, this is what I'm like, I am gay, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never did that, because it was still like a part of me that still had respect, and still kind of just felt like I would be being rude or something if I did that to her, even though I was in pain, even though I felt like I was hurting, all that good stuff. But part of me still had respect, put it that way. So fast forward to now, like our relationship has gotten way better. It's definitely way better than what it was. And to be honest, I feel like now, I want to say maybe like a year ago, and you know, this is 2021, so I want to say this is probably, I want to say maybe 2020, maybe 2019. But I do know we had a real conversation finally. And it's like it's the best feeling in the world to feel your parent finally just accept you and know what it is. And I don't have to get all crazy with her. I don't have to always say like, you know, like just real gay shit. And I don't have to do all that. It's like now we finally had a conversation where it was like, okay, I'm not slow. daughter, I know I'm not slow. I know what's going on. I know what you do, or I know who you are now. So it's like, and just to hear her out of her mouth say to me, honey, I was your age before. Like, not been there, done that, but like, okay, I know the tea. I know the tea. I know how it goes. I know, what I'm saying? I'm not slow. I lived in a different era than you, but I know what's going on. My aunts and stuff, there ain't no telling what I don't know. Even my grandmother, my mom's mom is super transparent with me now. Like, yeah, my grandma wants me to go straight. She'll tell me in a minute. She don't mind. But I love her for that anyway. She's gonna be her, and that's fine. But now it doesn't eat me the way it used to. Now I can handle her telling me, you need to go get you a man off the military base. You need to get you a man off the military base. You need to get you she'll tell me all type of stuff, y'all. But I love her to death. It is what it is, But she's gonna, be her, basically. And I respect that, and I love that now. So yeah, now basically I feel freed from that whole situation and feel like I've officially finally came out with my mom. And like I said, we just really had that conversation, and she was like, okay, and one thing I do love about my mom is, like, when I'm dating someone, now she's really like she'll be like, hey, so-and-so, like, if she knows that I'm around them a lot, she gets it, you know what I mean? And it just makes conversation easy. Like, she's sweet now. Like, not sweet now. Woo! I didn't mean to say that, Mom. If you see this ever in your life. But I didn't mean she's sweet now. I meant to say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gets it. We can conversate. She's going to say, hey, and she's going to say to, hey, whoever I'm dating or whoever I'm with, in a relationship with, like, she's going to speak and she's going to love you. She's going to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your vibe is right and you're coming correct and stuff. Like, yeah, my mom will fuck with you. She'll fuck with you. So yeah, but that's the end of my story time. It was probably a lot of little crazy things in between and stuff like that. But, like, I was really, like, having the time of my life when I was younger. I ain't gonna lie. And I was having girlfriends. I was having this one, that one. Like, sis was having fun. Sis was having fun, honey. But, yeah, I mean, and I can't even help it, though, because y'all already know. If y'all know, like, the gay community, like, basketball, that's where all the, listen, I ain't even being funny. I'm not even being funny, y'all. Like, that's really, like, basketball's not what did it. I'm just saying, basketball, like, I played travel ball as well, y'all. So it was just like, hey. Hey, how you doing? Oh, she cute. She fine. Okay. So it was just a thirst trap. It was just a complete thirst trap, y'all. But it is what it is. So yeah, y'all. But I'm up late. I'm kicking it right now. So I thought I'd do a story time of my coming out story. And y'all, honestly, the only message I really can say to a lot of people that are, I want to say, like, this generation and the generation next, honestly, like, y'all got it easy. Y'all have it way easy than a lot of us did trying to come out. And honestly, like, rewind back, like honestly, that whole situation, I forgot to say that, but that whole situation, honestly, it caused me to not even speak to my mom for I want to say about 2-3 years. I want to say 2.5. I won't say 3, but it was like 2.5. Like, I dead ass did not speak to my mom. I didn't call her. I didn't talk to her. I would talk to my sisters. I have a younger sister as well. I would talk to my older and my younger sister. But other than that, I would not talk to my mom. It caused a lot of strain on our mother-daughter relationship. So one thing I can say is that, like, y'all got it easier. The young ones now, like, y'all got it easier with coming out. It's more out there now. But yeah, my coming out shit was real. Shit was really, really weird. But if y'all like this video, if y'all have any more questions, if anyone even feels like they just need advice, honestly, feel free to hit me up. Like, subscribe this video. Subscribe to my channel, should I say. Like, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll have some more videos coming soon, y'all. And y'all just rock with me on this journey, because honestly, I feel like a little butterfly coming out. And girl, it's a vibe. Sir, ma'am, it's a vibe. Period. So, y'all, hit me up. I'll be back with another video. Love y'all.